home of the National Football League, the National Hockey League, the National Basketball Association, and Major League Baseball. You're watching a SpinoKing Sports presentation. It is Super Bowl Sunday, and while we wait for the big game, we're in Toronto, Ontario on the east side for basketball. The Scotiabank Arena, home of the Maple Leafs and the Raptors. Today, the East Conference champion Pacers take on the Toronto Raptors. 4 out of 5 teams in the division have won a game. Celtics lost to the Knicks earlier today. Both teams are tied in the division. The Raptors remain in the middle.
And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for him.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
Here are the Pacers starting 5. Andrew Nembhard, the point guard. The shooting guard, Johnny Furphy, Aaron Nesmith, and Pascal Siakam, the forwards. Pascal with 7.1 two-pointers per game. Jay Huff, the center, and the head coach, Rick Carlisle. Toronto starters. Emmanuel Quickley at the backcourt. Brandon Ingram with him. The small forward, RJ Barrett. Scotty Barnes, the power forward. The center, Colin Murray Boyles. He's 5th in total blocks among rookies. Darko Rajakovic is their head coach.
We're not seeing these teams at full strength, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., some adjustments have been made. And you know, if the players stepping in can be effective enough, they might just earn an increased role on their team moving forward.
Now here's Siakam. Yep, count it.
Nice touch there from Siakam to get a hard bucket inside.
And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. They went to Indianapolis for their last meeting with the Pacers. Came out with a victory.
They beat this team last time largely because of the massive free throw disparity.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
So it's the Pacers now. Toronto making their last shot. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. Pass to Nembhard. And just over a minute played here to start the game. 4-3. Barnes with the rebound. It's Quickley with a drive. And a two-handed jam.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Now here's Ingram. 33 points last game. Oh, a special move before that shot.
Virtually unfair. Actually, I'd say it is unfair for a 6'9" guy like Ingram to handle the pumpkin like that.
Here's Nesmith coming in off 12 points in his last outing. On the wing, Nembhard guarded by Quickley. 4 on the clock. Nesmith's shot is off.
A little disjointed to start this game, missing 3 of their first 4 shots already.
Pass to Quickley. Here's Murray Boyles from outside, off the mark.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And here's Nembhard. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Nesmith on the wing. Oh my goodness! He'll go to the line with a chance at a 4-point play. That one on Barnes. Indiana shooting their first free throw of the game here. And the free throw, no good. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise, and with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It's a beautiful thing. Shams, appreciate the report. Here's Barrett after Indiana picked up the three with their last shot. No problems knocking that one down. Quickly's got 5 now.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Nembhard, coming off a 22-point game against Milwaukee. Siakam outside. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Barnes. And it's Pascal Siakam scoring. A gorgeous play.
What a nice move by Siakam. A much improved ball handler, especially for a forward. He's making it happen right there.
Pass to Barrett. Now here's Ingram. Here's the 3. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Here's Furphy. There's the triple. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Ingram. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. I asked him if he's focused on a particular player in the opposing lineup, and Coach stressed the message he delivered to his team about Pascal Siakam. It was simple. Don't bite on his spin move. He doesn't want his guys falling for Siakam's tricks in the low post. Back over to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Looking back at the start of his career, Siakam only took a year or two to make his mark.
And, you know, B.A., he's just the kind of guy we love watching play. I mean, you know what you're going to get from him every night. Tremendous effort and the ability to impact the game at both ends. He's consistent, reliable, steady, and he can be explosive at the offensive end.
The first free throw is good. You know, Grant, for a guy who started playing basketball at age 17, Siakam has put together quite the resume.
Yeah, B.A. Pascal is a champion. He's got multiple All-Star and All-NBA selections, and one of the great developmental stories when you think about his discovery through basketball without borders.
Most of the season behind us, Grant. Talk about the mindset for teams right now.
Well, if people tell you the standings don't affect the mindset, B.A., they're lying. Everyone is asking themselves how they can improve or maintain position. You just don't want to backslide now. I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
First free throw is good. You know, Clark, despite winning 3 championships prior to the NBA days, the Pacers are still looking for their first NBA title.
Yeah, they've been close a couple of times in the history of the NBA, 2000 and 2025. They've had some really great teams over the years in the 90s and 2010s, and they came close last year, and I think they'll continue to knock and one day kick that door in.
And Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season, the Pacers made the 2nd NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
Yeah, B.A., there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of a game, and that makes them dangerous.
Now here's Siakam. 5 points in the game. And then Siakam with the jam.
If you do not keep Siakam out of the paint, he'll make you pay.
Outside Ingram to the middle. Here's Mamukelashvili. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Pass to Furphy. Nembhard, a screen on Barrett. Siakam outside. The 3. Quickly with a rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Here's Murray Boyles. Pass to Barrett. Lets the 3 fly. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Siakam, the pass to Huff. Here's Furphy, guarded by Barrett. Tries a 10-footer, and that's good. Furphy's got 5. Toronto leading by 6. Quickly outside. Here's Barrett. Here's Murray Boyles. Furphy grabs a miss.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
Here's Siakam, and he banks in the layup. He's got 9.
He is in a groove. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Toronto's gone 3 of 4 on threes here in this first quarter. Pass to Ingram. Down low. Here's Mamukelashvili. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Here's Furphy. Back to Nembhard. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Pass to Siakam. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls it in from the elbow. Rebounded by Ingram. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for Toronto. 6-point lead. Shot is good by Barrett.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. It's February. Let's see how things are shaping up in the East. You take a look at Toronto, and they're sitting with the 5th seed in the conference currently. And, of course, Indiana far behind in the standings.
When I look at Indiana, there's no doubt they feel the pressure mounting. I mean, failing to match those expectations from the start of the year is apparent.
And, you know, any fixes they've tried during the season have only compounded their problems.
Now here's Siakam. He's coming off a 19-point game against Milwaukee.
And he didn't just put up big points. He beat everyone to the boards.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Ingram, the pass to Mamukelashvili.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Pass to Furphy. Now here's Nesmith, guarded by Dick. Siakam outside. Fires in the triple. Siakam's got 12 points.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Ingram against Siakam. Shed, that's good. And the Raptors lead by 9.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Furphy. He's got 5. Siakam for 3. And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul of the game. Jackson Davis is checked in for Ingram. Then for Indiana, Walker comes in for Nesmith. And it's Shepard in for Furphy. Raptors lead by 9. Here's Walter. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Here's Shed. On target from range. 3 points. 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 3 points He's got 5.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Siakam. 12 points for him.
How's that for a finish? Surprise, surprise, Nembhard showing he's got some ups.
Here's Shed. Outside Dick, puts up a 3. Up pulls it in. 1:53 left in the first quarter of the game. Siakam, no good. Toronto's gone 4 of 6 from deep to start this game. Pass to Shed. Here's Walter for 3. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Quickly is checked in for Toronto. Then for Indiana, Ivica Zubac's checked in for Huff. Jones comes in for Siakam, and TJ McConnell subbed in for Nembhard. Taking a look at some numbers here for RJ Barrett.
And his effective field goal percentage isn't in the best place right now. Over the last 5 games, he hasn't had much shot discipline. He'll be looking to play a lot smarter today.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Dick.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
McConnell against Quickly. Pass to Shepard from the arc. It's rebounded by Dick. Toronto leading by 15. The 3 from Quickly. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Shepard. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. To the left side wing. Walker, a screen on Quickly. Pass to Walker, looking to end the run. Rebound Toronto.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Dick laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Raptors lead by 20.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Here's Shepard. Walker sets a screen. Lets it go from the wing. The shot that time not on target. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we got a blowout underway here. Toronto out in front, running away with it. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Welcome back to Jurassic Park. A big lead for the Raptors. They're up by 20 as we resume the contest. Let's check out the stats. 16 out of 20 field goals made by the Raptors and made every single free throw. 13 assists and defensive rebounds. Both teams made a steal.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Raptors?
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And we've also got to talk about those threes dropping for them. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum from long range.
Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Dick. Then it's Walter. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. A moment to hear from Ali LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Guys?
All for one. Ali, thanks for the report. Jones from outside. Jackson-Davis grabs a miss.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here's Jackson-Davis. No points so far. Quickly from outside. It's rebounded by Zubats. Pacers trail by 21. Jones, the pass to McConnell. Back to Jones. McConnell outside. Zubats screen. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Walker for three. And the foul called on Emmanuel Quickly. That's his first foul. Here's McConnell. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. On the wing, Jones. Clock at 6. Jackson-Davis grabs a miss. Jackson-Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Quickly against McConnell. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And some changes here for the Pacers. Siakam, he's checked in for Zubats. Furphy comes in for Shepard. And Aaron Nesmith subbed in for Jones. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Walker, a screen on Quickly. Pass to Furphy. Now Siakam. Just 5 on the clock. And Indiana misses again. Toronto leading by 23. And here's Quickly. He's marked by McConnell. McConnell against Quickly. Walter from outside. The Pacers pull it in. Defeated by Milwaukee in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
I actually thought their execution at times was excellent, but they failed to come through in those important moments.
And, you know, it's never easy trying to win away from home. They were close, but just needed a little more push at the end.
Now here's Quickly. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Toronto passing it around. from 18 feet away. Walker pulls down the board. And so McConnell will bring it up for the Pacers. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. With some arc, it's tipped. Outside Dick. Pass to Quickly. Here's Mamukelashvili. He's covered by Siakam. Walter, good.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Siakam gets the bucket.
When he is locked in like this, points just seem to flow from Siakam no matter where he is on the floor.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
And here is today's Spino's trivia question. Which Toronto Raptor made the most total rebounds in a single season game at home? And we'll return to reveal the answer.
Huff's checked in for Indiana. The best thieves in the league. The steals leaders over the last month. Fourth, Emmanuel Quickly.
His defensive focus has been superb these last few games, continuously finding ways to strip ball handlers and upset the offense.
Barrett up top. He's got 5. Outside Barnes. Outside Barrett. 6 to shoot. Pass to Murray Boyles. Toronto needs to get off a shot here. Here's Quickly. With the clock winding down. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
And here's Siakam. Three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Well, Clark, players sometimes talk about the game slowing down as they gain experience.
Well, it's the benefit of experience, understanding situations, having gone through various situations as you get more engaged in the league over time. The more you understand where you're supposed to be, usually you can get there on time or early, and you're more reactive versus thinking.
Here's McConnell, following the bucket by the Raptors. Into the lane, spins. Furphy, good on the shot. Furphy's got 7 points.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Pass to Murray Boyles. Barnes against Siakam. Here's Barrett. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And with Barrett, we know he can score the ball. Now he must focus on becoming a better passer and facilitator.
Toronto shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
That free throw, no good. Nimhart, he's checked in for McConnell. And he sinks the second. Indiana has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. Pass to Nembhard. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Barnes against Siakam. Left side, Nesmith. Here's Huff. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Murray Boyles has got 4 rebounds now.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Ingram against Siakam. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. They'll pin that one on Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, nice fake by Ingram, setting the defender up to fail.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Toronto making a switch here. Walters checked in. Good on the second one.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram doesn't get enough credit for his growth as a free throw shooter. He shot below 70% from the line in his first 3 seasons, but since then, he hasn't dipped below 80.
Timeout called, the Pacers.
Let's resume the trivia. Which Toronto Raptor made the most total rebounds in a single season game at home? Scotty Barnes is the answer. 25 total rebounds versus the Warriors in December of 2025. The Raptors would defeat Golden State by 14 points.
And in terms of team assists, they've been okay, ranking in the top 20 of the association. I think this coaching staff wants to see their guys be a little less selfish with the basketball.
And their low turnovers are a standout stat for them. They make smart, quick passes and do a good job protecting the ball from fast hands. Nembhard outside. Siakam finds Nembhard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Siakam with it. He's picked up by Barnes.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Murray Boyles. Banked it in off the glass. Murray Boyles has got 8.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Siakam. He's got 14. Nesmith's shot is off.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
A skill Scotty Barnes definitely possesses is the ability to guard multiple positions, Graham.
Yeah, he has that blend of quickness and length to smother shooters, and he has the strength to deal with bigger guys, too.
So it's the Pacers now. Toronto making their last shot. Here's Furphy. Counted from distance. 10 points for him.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Here's Ingram. Uses the glass on the layup.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Well, the Pacers shooting around 35% from the field so far. Pass to Furphy. From deep. It's rebounded by Barrett. Here's Toronto with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Over Nembhard. Barrett can't hit. And so it's Siakam with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Back to Nembhard. Here's Huff. Still no points. That one doesn't drop.
I thought he had that one. I think he did too.
Here's Murray Boyles. Barrett passes to Barnes. Ingram on the wing. He's guarded by Nembhard. Nembhard against Ingram. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Nembhard, the pass to Siakam. And he can't get that one. Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. R.J. Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player, he said, quote, "As a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters." Back over to you, Brian.
Playing with purpose. Allie, appreciate the report. Huff, good.
He's got good vision for a big guy. Don't sleep on Pascal dishing the rock.
Toronto's gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. Back to Barrett. 52 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The shot by Ingram, no good. And for the Pacers, they're shooting at just 26% in the second. Furphy, no good.
Well, he certainly hit some turbulence here, trying to get it cranked back up.
Barrett can't hit.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Siakam with it. He's picked up by Barnes. Siakam, the pass to Nembhard. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Huff. And a strong finish with two hands.
With two hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simple.
Here's Ingram. And connects on the 9-footer. Ingram's got 16 points now. And so it's the Toronto Raptors cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. Back after this.
Welcome, everybody. Right off the bat, let's see which games are still to come tonight. It'll be the Wizards out at Capital One Arena against the Heat. 2 p.m. Eastern is the tip-off.
I think this game is going to be closer than many people think.
The kind of game where the underdog often comes away with a win. And now, how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Toronto Raptors.
So they've got some firepower coming off that bench, man. And not just complimentary scorers. We're talking about primary options.
Which makes this club really difficult to defend for an entire game because they always have fresh people coming in. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
SpinoKing NBA Sunday, presented by 2K Sports NBA 2K26. Now available, ready for everyone. By Quikrete. Quikrete cement and concrete products are what America's made of. Inspired by NBA on ESPN and ABC. The Raptors are giving Indiana quite a thrashing. They're now up by 30. The first half concludes as we show you the statistics, mostly in Toronto's favor. 68% in field goals, 6 out of 8 free throws were made. 19 assists, while Indiana and Toronto are tied in steals and are now tied in blocks.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Boy, this has been one outstanding game from Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, in the first half, he taught a class on how to make your teammates look good.
And you know, that's what delights him most. That's what he takes most pride in. He loves being the chief facilitator.
Well, the Raptors shooting at a fantastic 68% from the floor. Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. Then there's Andrew Nembhard. And it's Huff in at the center position, locking down the middle. Now here's Barrett. Can't hit from in close. And for the Pacers, they're shooting just 35% from the floor. Pass to Siakam. Here's Furphy. Jacks up a 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Barnes has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Barrett. And it's in. Off the glass. Give him 8.
He's an opportunistic scorer in the open floor. Barrett makes sure to take advantage of these chances whenever he can.
Here's Furphy. Offline with a 3.
If he were just a touch more efficient tonight, I think the score would look a lot different.
Quickly passes to Barrett. Pass to Barnes. That one no good. Excellent D there from Siakam. Indiana's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Now here's Nembhard. Siakam right side. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Furphy grabs the miss. Furphy's got 4 rebounds now.
Another miss, not how he wanted to start the second half.
Pass to Siakam. Here's Huff, covered by Ingram. Some nice passing by Indiana here. And Indiana misses again.
Oh man, what happened at halftime? Since then, they're 0 for 4.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And a miss there on the triple.
Halftime didn't do them any favors offensively. They've missed 4 of their last 5 shots.
Pass to Huff. They set a pick. And with this pause, let's take a look at the teams that have generated the most offense on the break this season. Number 1, the Raptors.
This squad loves to run. Their coaches allow them to play quick, free basketball, and it shows up in their fast break points.
Shooting 2.
And he drops the first.
You know, Siakam didn't start playing hoops until his late teens, so he was raw coming into the league, and now he's one of the most skilled big men in the association.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Raptors have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Quickly from outside. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam. Siakam's got his 5th rebound in this one. Nembhard outside. Pass to Furphy. Siakam against Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Here's Furphy. Over Ingram. The Pacers again can't hit.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
And he makes it.
Over the course of the game, he's been very accurate, doing some great stuff.
Now here's Nembhard. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Siakam, right side. And Siakam with the slam.
Yes, certain nights, Siakam takes over. He's been aggressive here from the tip.
It's Barnes on the wing. And here's Ingram from the arc. Huff pulls it in. Indiana has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Nembhard outside. There's a screen. Over quickly. The shot by Nembhard, no good. For Toronto, they've gotten just 25% of their shots to fall since the half. 2 for 8.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Siakam. He's got 17. Huff. It's good. And give the assist to Siakam. Siakam's got his 4th assist in this one. Right side Ingram from behind the arc. And it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
That's his second made three, first of this half.
Siakam with a screen on quickly. Puts it up from 12. Siakam, no good. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Indiana on offense. They set the pick. Pass to Siakam. This one for 3. They get the rebound. It's good on the putback.
He has certainly shot the ball well here, trying to lift his team up.
Outside Ingram to the paint. Here's Murray Boyles. Blocked! And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
And their defensive marks steal-wise weren't very impressive. Just top 20 in the league. It's an area they will need to improve upon if they want to be taken seriously at this end.
And these guys have great chemistry. They're playing for one another. You can tell. It doesn't matter who gets the bucket. It's a team effort. A line change here for Toronto. And the Pacers also making a change. Walker, he's checked in for Siakam. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Shed. He's guarded by Nembhard. And again, Toronto, no good. Indiana's got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Pass to Huff. Here's Furphy. Nembhard outside. Walker sets a screen. Rebound Toronto. One thing about Andrew Nembhard, you appreciate the passion he plays with, Clark.
Yeah, I love his toughness. I mean, he just is unflappable. He's persistent at the defensive end, plays at his own pace, unafraid of the big moments, makes big plays and shots. I mean, you can see and feel his fire, even though he's not overly demonstrative in how he does what he does.
And here's Indiana now, following the three-point basket by Toronto. And so here is Toronto. Here's Shed. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mamukelashvili. Indiana with a rebound. Furphy's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Tries to break his ice. No good that time.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Pass to Shed. Back to Dick. And the jumper from the wing offline. Here's Furphy. 10 points for him. Here's Huff. The 3. It's rebounded by Dick.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Walter. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Pass to Mamukelashvili. Outside Dick. No good from outside. The Pacers shooting a less than average 27% in the third quarter. And here's Walker. The three is up. It's rebounded by Dick. Dick's got 4 rebounds now. Drives to the hoop. And again, Toronto, no good. The Pacers shooting just around 32% from the field. Pass to Huff. Here's Furphy. Inside. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
He came out of halftime with renewed focus, heating things up offensively.
Here's Shed. 5 points in the game. Now here's Dick. Jackson Davis a screen to the inside to snap the cold streak. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Some nice passing by Indiana here. Outside Walker. Here's Furphy. 10 points for him.
He's hit a rough patch for sure this period. They need more from him.
Three-pointer. Walter can't get it to go. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Outside Nesmith, beyond the arc, knocks it down from distance. Nesmith's got 6 points.
Boy, he's got a nice stroke on his three-point shot. Nesmith can be lethal from behind that arc.
Here's Dick. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Dick's got 1 3-pointer tonight so far in 4 tries. Nesmith's shot is off. They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
Boom! He jams it straight down.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Here's Furphy, averaging around 5 points a game. That three's off the mark.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
To the middle. Here's Mamukelashvili. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. 10 points for him.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Nembhard, the pass to Nesmith. Nembhard outside. Pass to Walker. 3-pointer. No luck on that one. And he's going for the lob. No good there.
It would have been a sensational alley-oop finish. Tough to nail the timing of that long pass.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a massive 34-point lead to end the quarter. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Welcome back to the game. Toronto still up by over 30 points. We enter the final quarter of the game. And now the statistics. The Raptors' field goal percentage have lowered. They've made 2 out of 10 3-pointers and are still leading in assists. But now the Pacers made a block. No steals were attempted.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Walter, and it's Battle in at the 4 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Shepard. Takes a 3. Zubats. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And Zubats is somebody you've got to keep off the glass because when you don't, he's wreaking havoc on you.
Here's Shed driving in. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle. All right, so let's say we give you a carte blanche, Clark. Make you Adam Silver for a day. What's one game rule you change?
You know, I kind of like what the WNBA does in regards to the reset timeout, BA. Allow you to advance the ball without huddling up like a normal timeout. And I really think it helps the end of the game move a little better.
First one falls for him. Some changes for Toronto. Mobo comes in for Battle, and it's Lawson in for Dick. He's perfect from the line this time. And here's McConnell. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Pass to Siakam. Back to McConnell. 6 to shoot. Here's Zubats. Rebound Toronto. Mamukelashvili's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Lawson. He's marked by McConnell. And founded back in 2020, the National Basketball Social Justice Coalition still pushing for voting rights and eliminating bias in the justice system. A lot yet to be done, Grant.
Yes, indeed, BA. And give them a follow. I mean, it's so much important work, and it takes all of us to really create the change we all hope to see.
Pass to Shepard. Walker for 3. Connects from downtown. Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
Down low. Here's Shed. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Most any coach loves points coming off assists.
For Indiana, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. McConnell finds Walker. So nice passing by Indiana here. Here's Shepard. Good, and it's Walker who picks up the assist. Shepard's got his first bucket in this one.
Unleashes the bounce pass, an accurate assist.
Here's Shed. To the paint. Here's Mamukelashvili. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Great lead pass, anticipating where his man was going to be, not where he was.
Outside Walker. McConnell left side. Pass to Siakam. Off target with the 3.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Mobo gets the bucket.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Here's Shepard. Siakam, right side. Walker sets a screen. And Siakam gets it to go. Siakam's got 19 points.
Boy, that wingspan of Siakam helping him down low. He can take a hit and still finish.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. There are usually 1 or 2 mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Grant?
You know, BA, we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
That free throw misses. Dick, he's checked in for Toronto. And the Pacers also making a change. Huff's checked in for Zubats. He hits the second from the line. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, BA, it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
And he nails the third. Now here's McConnell. Pass to Huff. Here's Shepard. Kicks it out to Siakam. Inside, Walker. Good work defensively by Dick.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Here's Walter. Pass to Mobo. Let's go with a three. It's hauled in by McConnell. The Pacers have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. And Clark, the Defensive Player of the Year award tends to go to shot blockers, insinuating that bigs really have a greater impact on that end of the floor.
Well, you know, the counting stats favor big guys. I mean, when you think about block shots and defensive rebounds, clearly big guys would tend to corral numbers in those areas. But still being on that back line means they're involved in a lot of plays, and they've got to do more than just block shots and rebounds. So to answer the question, generally, I'd say yes. One of his specialties on display there, a nifty lead pass.
Here's Walter. Here's Shed. Pass to Walter. Here's Dick. And it's off from three-point range. And Siakam has got the ball here for Indiana. To the inside. Huff. Good. Huff's got 10 points here in the second half.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Mamukelashvili, no good. Indiana has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Siakam gets the bucket.
We know Siakam's got a really nice jumper. Still, I love Pascal in the painted area. I think using his length is where he's most effective.
Pass to Mobo. Outside Dick. And again, Toronto, no good.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Outside Walker. Siakam gets doubled. McConnell from outside. Mobo with the rebound.
The defense may have given him that one. Based on the result, you see why.
Pass to Dick. To the wing, right side. Walter from outside. Buries it from 3.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Basket's good.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Pass to Shed. Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account.
Walker sets a screen. Here's Siakam. Here's Huff. Pass to Shepard. Fires for 3. The rebound by Shed. The Raptors have gone 5 of 11 so far in the fourth. Toronto passing it around. Here's Mamukelashvili. Indiana with a rebound. Huff's got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. Siakam, the pass to McConnell. Here's Huff. McConnell outside. To the middle. Here's Walker. That one's good. On the assist from McConnell. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
As a roller, Walker has soft hands for the catch, and he is aggressive.
Dick with a screen on McConnell. Here's Mamukelashvili.
This is how you force a defense to collapse. Kick the ball right inside.
Indiana's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Here's the pick. Back to McConnell. To the paint. Here's Walker. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
The Raptors have gotten 6 of their 13 shots to go. Pass to Shed. Here's Walter. The steal. Oh, and the fast break for the Pacers. Here's Shepherd. Yep, that one's good. Here's Shed. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
And that one drops.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
A minute 35 left in the fourth. Pass to Shepherd. Siakam outside. Off the mark there with a three.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Raptors.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And this will give them win number 32 on the year so far.
And with most teams so close in talent level, it takes a monumental effort to sweep an opponent in 4 games. But that's exactly how they capped off their season series against the Pacers.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Brandon Ingram.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Jackson Davis is checked in for Mobo. Temple comes in for Dick. And it's Martin in for Shed. Then for Indiana, Neesmith, he's checked in for Walker. Furphy comes in for Shepherd. And it's Nimhart in for McConnell. Here's Siakam. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lets it go from deep. Indiana with a rebound. So it's the Raptors winning this one easily. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Brandon Ingram.
Home of the National Football League, the National Hockey League, the National Basketball Association, and Major League Baseball. You've been watching a SpinoKing Sports presentation.